All right. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my live stream with Urban Decay. So thank you so much, Urban Decay, for reaching out to me so I can do this live stream with you guys and do my makeup with you guys. I do have to say this is technically hashtag sponsored with Urban Decay, so I am being paid to do this. But that being said, all my thoughts are genuine and I'm excited to share how I feel about all these products with you guys. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today. If you haven't entered my giveaway yet, go onto my Instagram right now and enter it. I really want to see you guys win. So keep chatting, asking questions, and we're gonna have fun. So, hi Sarah. I'm just gonna do a couple more seconds and then we'll get this party started. How are we feeling, guys? Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really excited. So I'm just gonna pull my bangs back the old-fashioned way behind my ears, and then we'll get started with complexion just because I definitely need it right now. So who has used Urban Decay skin makeup before? I'm sure a lot of you guys have. I've used it quite a lot in my past and frequently now, and I am such a huge fan of it all. So I'm going to be starting with the All Nighter Ultra Glow Primer. This is such a great face primer. It is like a gripping primer, but hydrates at the same time. So I like to do like 2 pumps of this on my hand and apply this to my face. Hi, Lexi. All right. So now that I have that on, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin, not Naked Skin anymore, they changed the name, Stay Naked Foundation. I love this foundation. It's really nice. It gives a beautiful medium buildable coverage without feeling heavy on the face, especially when we're wearing masks. You don't want anything that's like too much on the face when you're doing your makeup. And I'm just going to use a synthetic brush just to apply this throughout. I'm not going to do too much, just to help conceal a little bit of redness throughout. Hi Sarah, hi Shira, hi Karina. I'm like trying to see the chat. Thank you. I love the periwinkle too, and it matches my sweater. Super fun. So I'm just going to apply this in a buffy motion throughout. You can see how that neutralizes my skin right away. I'm like super red right now. Oh no, my skin, I had a weird allergic reaction the other day, so I'm definitely going through it, but could be worse. But check that out. See how that just concealed my redness like super nicely? Heck yeah. How's everyone's Wednesday night going? I feel like it's a little tense, but we're doing good. Everything's going good. I'm feeling very positive. Yes, monochromatic. That's what I'm living for. Hold on. I'm fixing this so I can see you guys better. Sorry, technical difficulties on my side. I should have been better at this. But it's fine. I'm real. This is real me. Okay, so hi Penny. My cat's name is Penny, like Pennywise, after the clown. I love that clown. I don't know what it is about him. I think it's because of the actor that plays him, Bill Skarsgård. He's like one of my favorite actors. Did you guys watch the movie with him and Robert Pattinson? Okay, so I'm using the Stay Naked Concealer. This one's just a couple shades brighter, and I'm just brightening throughout. And then I'm gonna blend it in again with a synthetic brush, and I'll go over it with a sponge after, just to tap everything out a little bit more. Oh, thank you so much, Kiki. What is your favorite way to apply foundation? I love to do a brush just to get my coverage, and then I'll go in with a sponge just to softly blend it out a little bit more. I know 2 steps for some people is a little much, but honestly, I'm a bit of a maximalist when it comes to makeup. Over the last little while, I've been trying to be a little bit more minimalist, but you know, when you love makeup, you just want to put everything in your face, you know what I mean? Hi, Natalie. I'm trying to say hello and go as I'm doing this. But see how that just like, the difference, just putting a little bit of a sponge on top. And this one isn't even like wet. It's just a dry sponge. So you can use any beauty sponge of your choice. I do like to use ones that I can use dry, because sometimes you just don't want to do too much, you know what I mean? And it keeps the coverage there really nicely. You can see my little antique mirror. So now that I've got that blended out, I'm just gonna add a little bit onto my lids. And it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too crazy. So that concealer is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. I really love it. I've been using it for like ever since it came out actually. So it's this one right here. You can tell I'm running low, but it's bomb. When I was having a no foundation phase, I would just use that concealer because it blended in really, really good. I got into makeup, oh my gosh, I think I was a kid. Like, I've been loving makeup since I was a child. I have a photo of me doing my little sister's makeup when we were like 7, and she looked really rough. I'll give it that. I was definitely no pro back then. Oh, thank you so much. I love this concealer. It's bomb. I love the formula they had prior, but I like this one a little bit more. It has a ton more coverage in my opinion. And it's definitely in a concealer you want something a little bit more, if you get what I mean. So I got into makeup when I was quite young. I've always been a fan of like the more glamorous life. So being around makeup and all of that, it's like, I'm like a celebrity makeup artist in my mind, but it's just me. But it's fun, you know. I love doing makeup. I got the Kevyn Aucoin Making Faces book for Hanukkah a couple of years ago, like over a decade ago, and it changed my life. I studied that book from front to back for years. And yes, it's a little dated now, but honestly, the techniques are still very relevant. So if you're someone who's newer into makeup and just wanting to know the 411, what you need to know, it's a really great book to invest in, or you just rent it at the library or find a PDF. Yes, Amy Winehouse, my girl. You can hardly see it, but Amy Winehouse definitely is my person. So I'm just going to quickly bake throughout, just because it's really hot in my house, and because my skin right now, it's not doing the best. I just want this stuff to anchor on. The gripping primer will anchor it on, but I find baking like a safety blanket. I don't know if anyone else does that. Also, because now that I'm getting older, I do have a little bit more lines underneath my eyes, and I've tried everything to stop the creasing, but I find baking works best. Thank you so much. And yes, my nails do match. I got my nails professionally done for the first time since the end of February, early March. So I feel like a new lady. There's something about like doing your own nails for months and months on end, and you get them done and it's like, oh, all right. But I also forgot how much getting your nails done costs, because I was doing it for free $99 at home, and now I had to pay $70. And no one told me that getting your nails done in Toronto would be more expensive. So I'm just using any old face powder. You can use any one you like just to tap it out the rest. And I do a patting motion. I don't buff. So a lot of the times when I have clients, they would often tell me that whenever they use their powder, their foundation like got really red around their cheeks. They lost pigmentation. And a lot of it has to do, as I'm buffing, a lot of it has to do with like buffing very, very hard. You're just picking up the product. It's gonna move. Using a gripping primer does help get rid of that, but you do still want to be gentle. After all, it is a cream on your face. You know what I mean? So I'm just tap, 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 tap. And then I have this all going. So you guys can see down below, there are some specials we have on products tonight. So Naked Reloaded palette is on sale for 50% off right now, and I'm going to use that palette tonight so you guys can see it in action. I'm also using the Stone Vibes palette, and if you order over $65, you get free samples with your order. So there's a lot going on. So to add a little bit more life to my face, I love to do this before I do anything else really, is the All Nighter setting spray. I like this one. It's the Ultra Glow. The originals are fantastic. The De-Slick is fantastic. I swear by the De-Slick for summer, especially Manitoba summers when it's humid and you touch your face and your face wipes off. That setting spray, it's good. So I'm the type of gal who will drench my face. I see people do setting spray, they're like one thing and that's it. That's not me. Again, I'm a maximalist. I'm trying to find something to like wave my face with. So I just like to do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Anyone got any exciting plans for the week? I know we can't do much during COVID, but gotta do what you gotta do. My plans for this week, in case you guys were wondering, I have tonight, oh my gosh, okay. So if anyone watches Jenna Marbles and Julian, you would know about this thing they made called a garbage plate. It's like a Rochester original, it's like a, oh my goodness. So the garbage plate, it's like, you can only get in Rochester, New York, and it's literally the most, sorry to say it, American cuisine in the world. Okay, you guys have to Google it when you can. So basically a garbage plate, it consists of home fries, it consists of ground beef or burger patties, potato salad or mac salad, and then like you put like mustard on top. Okay, hear me out. It's one of my best friend's birthdays, Olivia, and she is obsessed with the garbage plate. I don't blame her. Her and I, what we do, we sit on our couch all day. Well, now she has a job. We don't do it now. But we would watch like food reviews. I don't know. There's something about it. Yeah, making the garbage plate. I should be wearing a leisure suit. I got rid of mine. Now I feel like a big old Dumbo. I should have had my leisure suit on for this. But you know what? I have a sweatsuit. It's fine. I miss Jenna too. You know what? She is such a great creator. And I totally respect her decision to step away, especially I understand a little bit from the creator side of things, and just wanting to step away from the spotlight a little bit. I totally respect it. She's been in the public eye for years, since I was a child watching YouTube. Oh my God, Becca, I missed your iced coffee so much. I got an espresso. I didn't get an espresso. My roommate's mom got an espresso, and all I do is drink iced coffee. Okay, I'm gonna scalp my face. I look like an egg. So this is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Threesome palette in the shade Naked. This is super convenient for those who need everything but don't want to carry everything. So if you're more of a minimalist when it comes to makeup, these trios are great because it gives you everything you need, and that's it. So I'm just taking a dual fiber brush, and I'm literally just going to blend as I go. So since we have the powder on, our product's not gonna move everything else. Oh my God, your boyfriend's mom got you an espresso? Dang. She said, what's up? Did you get the Arancino with it? Those are bomb. Hold on one sec. How do you use your bronzer? I use my bronzer as a contour and a bronze at the same time. So as much as I loved contouring back in 2012, I find that it's not for me as much anymore. One of my favorite tricks if you want to extra like contour your face with bronzer is I will use 2 shades of bronzer. So what I'll do first is I'll do like a light bronzer just to get the general shape of my face, and then I'll go in with a deeper bronzer throughout and just give a little bit more edge. Obviously, it's a longer process when doing your makeup, so if you're in a rush or anything, it's not going to be the ideal, but if you work fast, it's really nice to add. But you can see I'm just going through and doing all this. But yeah, contouring, girl, that's the thing. I've never really tried bronzer as a blush. I guess it kind of looks like it right now. Gotta snatch the jaw too. But you guys can see that I'm going in circular motions as I'm applying it. So I'm kind of blending it at the same time. I will go through with a brush to blend after I apply, but I like to just get that initial pigment on. So I'm gonna take a smaller brush, one of these guys, and you guys are gonna yell at me. Yes, I'm gonna contour my nose. I know I have a smaller nose, but I mean, I want a snatch nose too, you know what I mean? and do a little bit under my lip just because I'm not getting lip injections right now. And I always like to bring it into my eye socket a little bit. So add a little bit more something, something. Is it still snowing back in Winnipeg? We had snow here for, I think, like 72 hours or whatever. See, I'm taking another brush and just gonna tap it out. And what we're gonna do, well, what we're not gonna do, there's gonna be no snow. I say no snow in Toronto. I moved to Toronto to get away from snow. And it's really funny because when I moved here, I asked friends who've like lived here their entire life. And I was like, okay, what do I need to bring for like winter? Like, do I need a jacket? I've been wearing the same winter jacket for years. If you guys know me, you know it's my carpet looking jacket that everyone seems to hate, but I love it. I love it so much. And I donated it, obviously. Okay, you guys, your snow has stopped. Plus 18. We had like a plus 16 today. It was gorgeous. I drank my coffee on the patio. Like when I first moved here, I tried to do that like every day just to really take it in. I have a really nice view. You can see the CN Tower from it. It's definitely like minuscule, but it's there. So I can like romanticize myself drinking coffee on my patio in the morning. And today was the first time I did it in like weeks. So it was really nice. So you guys can see the difference now that I've blended it all out. And I always recommend blending with like a clean brush as opposed to having something that has a ton of pigment on it, because if you try to blend with your brush that has the pigment on it and you're like, oh, it's getting really muddy. If you keep doing it when it's keep adding, you're just adding more pigment. That's why it's getting muddy. So if you do less pigment, do a pigment-free brush, you're golden. It's really easy. I also do that when it comes to, what's the word? Eyeshadow. So I'm gonna bake underneath because that's me. I know it snows in Toronto, but I like to think it won't. I'm manifesting. I've been doing a lot of manifesting lately. I don't know about you guys, but it's keeping me sane. I'm all about positivity. I don't know, like, I find if you're negative about things in life, you're going to bring negativity to you. And so being positive has really kept me going through this whole pandemic, especially moving during a pandemic. It was really tough to remain positive. But it's funny because now that I moved here, everyone, when I moved, they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to be careful. You're moving to Toronto. It's a hot spot. Who's got the hot spot now? Just saying. So now that I've got the bake going, I'm going to go back into the Threesome palette and I'm going to take just a fluffy brush for blush. So I'm just going to add a little bit. I am a blush gal. I put on my nose. It is what it is. I moved because I had wanted to move for a really long time. So my boyfriend and I, we've been together for almost 10 years now. And I'm just going to dust away this excess. This as a drop brush. So my boyfriend and I, we've been wanting to move for a really long time, and you know, we just felt it was time for us to move and try something new with our lives, especially because we both work, like I do beauty industry work obviously, and he does work in fashion. So when we moved here, it just gives us a lot more opportunities, and also he does do work in New York, so that's why I go to New York a lot, because he's often doing work and I just go for funsies. And it's an hour flight to New York as opposed to taking an entire day, so it's a little bit more convenient. I also love Toronto. It's definitely no New York in my opinion, but it is better than Winnipeg. No offense to Winnipeg. I love Winnipeg deep down. I really do miss it, but there's a Zara here. Yeah, who's got the hot spot now, period. So now that I've got my blush on and all that, I'm just going to go on with a little bit of the highlighter from the Trio now. And I'm going to apply this with a brush, Avi. And then we're going to do eyeshadow. I'm really hyped. I know a lot of people are very pro doing your eyeshadow like after you do your makeup, like the base or before. It kind of depends on the look I do. Like say I'm doing a really bold look. I like to do eyeshadow often before if it's like a crazy pigment, but if it's something a little bit more neutral, I find it's easier to get away with just doing your base first. Also, when you're doing makeup on clients and you don't do the base first with eyeshadow, they often get really spooked. It's definitely a big trust the process thing with makeup, and I've had clients like really be like, this doesn't look great, and then you get everything else on, like, oh, I look bomb. I'm like, yeah, trust the process. Oh, Calgary, yeehaw. New York, as you should. How's it going in New York? I wish I was there. I really miss it. Okay, eyeshadow time, y'all. So, in case there is fallout tonight, I'm gonna take a precaution. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a little bit of powder just underneath. It'll go away at the end, it's fine. That's why I'll soak my face with setting spray after. But I really wanna make sure it's looking good. So, when it comes to eyeshadow, you always want a good base palette. And that's why I'm gonna use the Naked Reloaded palette today alongside the Stone Vibes palette. You guys saw this on my Instagram. It's really, really good. I'm very picky when it comes to palettes just because I am a makeup artist, and I've been a fan of Urban Decay for a very long time. It's one of the first brands I purchased a palette from. It was the Naked 2 palette back in the day, and you know, I still have it. It's there. I have like a collection of makeup I've had for years that I won't get rid of, but it's just there to look at. You know what I mean? I'm a hoarder. So yes, this palette is on sale right now for 50% off. So if you guys want to get a steal, now's the time. I'm going to take the shade Bribe. This is the first just shade in the palette. And I'm just going to use this just to neutralize the lid. I often like to do this when using a lot of different colors because it helps blend the shadow a little bit better. So I'm just going to take this throughout. Before I got on, I did prime my lids with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's an OG. It's an OG, y'all. I didn't know when I was a kid that I really did need the Primer Potion eyeshadow primer, but it makes a huge difference, especially because my eyes are kind of oily because they're slightly hooded. So for example, when I did my look the other day with the spider, I didn't prime my eyes and I kept going back all day and just packing black shadow on my lids. So it is what it is. Okay, my favorite Urban Decay product of all time. Oh my gosh, this is really tough. Can I say my top 5? I'm gonna say my top 5. So my number ones are their Vice Lip Chemistry lip tints. I fell in love with the red one last year, and it's just so nice. They're glossy, they're hydrating, tons of different colors. It doesn't move, so if you're looking for like a lipstick that's gonna last all day, it gives you that without feeling like a lipstick. Another one of my favorites is obviously the setting spray. It is hands down the best setting spray I've ever used. I've tried so many other brands, but the Urban Decay one has stayed strong forever. Gosh, what else? Okay, it's so old. It's not even around anymore, but they came out with a new version of it. But the Urban Decay Electric palette, if you know, you know. That palette, literally my life. That palette, like, the Electric palette, I could gush about it. I love that palette so much. And they have their new version and it looks incredible. So if you guys are looking for vibrant colors, Urban Decay really does it. Side note of shadows, if you're a My Chemical Romance fan and emos represent, you have to get Relish as a single because that's the one Gerard Way would wear. Just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Bucked on a fluffy brush and I'm just gonna start to build up the crease. Yes, the Wired palette, period. It's so good. Okay, what are some of my other favorites? I'm really loving their brow gel. I'm a brow gel gal. Brow gel gal. Here it is. I have like a little bin of all my stuff. It's their Brow Finish Clear Brow Gel. It's really good. I'm picky with brow gels. That one works really well. I do like their double-ended brow pencil with the pen. What's really nice about Urban Decay, back when I was working with my old retailer I was at, there wasn't a lot of brow pens on the market, and Urban Decay brought theirs out, and I was like, oh, thank God, because I would use brow pens for fake freckles. So using that you could show your clients how to achieve the fake freckle look, but oh look, it's a 2-in-1. You can also do your brows with it. Really easy. Yes, MCR was my life too, girl, period. My best friend, roommate, she's a big My Chemical Romance fan, as she should. Okay, so I'm continuing adding more. I just like to add in little increments and just blend as I go. So I'm just adding a little bit more, add a little bit more depth. But even if you like literally just want to throw on some eyeshadow and go, this is just so easy. Add a little bit of highlighter and, you know, Bob's your uncle, if that's a term people use. I'm just gonna use a clean blending brush like I used before to talk about. Just soften those edges a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Endgame. Right there, y'all. And I'm just gonna deepen just a little bit more. So I'm really making use of these matte neutrals because with the Stoned Vibes palette, you guys are gonna see, and I'll swatch, you know what's up. So it's nice to have a little bit more variety in terms of shades, especially when you have such a statement palette. Having a good basic neutral palette is gonna be your best friend, because look at it this way. You could get singles, like the Moon Dust singles from Urban Decay, another staple, Cosmic, and yeah, Cosmic, that's one of my favorites. It's so good, oh my gosh. Back when I worked at my old retailer, we had like a rule with how much makeup we had to wear. And you know, some mornings you just don't want to wear eyeshadow. So I would just put Cosmic on the lid and be like, that's it. That's it. And I love it. It just does the job. And you can wear it as a highlight if you want like a sparkle glitter highlight. It's just so beautiful. This is another fave. So you guys can see so far, I definitely have a nice amount of shadow going, nothing too crazy. Just gonna add a little bit excess from the brush. I'm not gonna tap back into the palette. Clean brush. But yeah, as I was saying, neutral palettes are literally like, it's something everybody needs in their makeup kit because you can do so much. Honestly, like you could go in with some of these matte shades and use them as a brow powder too if you're in a pinch. I'll be honest, when I was 16, this is really embarrassing. In the Naked 2 palette, there's this one shade and it's like this dark brown glitter shade. And I used to use it on my brows. Oh, that's so embarrassing. But I used to use it on my brows and I look back, I'm like, it did the job. But you know what I mean. So this is the Stoned Vibes palette, y'all. It is stunning. You can tell I've used it. And I'm going to swatch these colors for you. So this is Jade. This is the one I used on my post the other day. You guys probably saw on my TikToks. You saw on my page. Opal Aura. Look at that reflect, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? How do I clean my brushes? I actually use an old school painter trick. I'm not one to buy brush cleaner just because I am cheap. Hold on, this one is Tiger's Eye. Oh my gosh, that's stunning. I think I'm gonna use that one today. All right, all right. Then I'm gonna use Vibes. This is another one I was thinking about doing tonight too, but we'll see. Look at that reflect. And I didn't even wet my brush. I'm using my finger. This one's Bloodstone. As I was saying about cleaning my brushes, when it comes to cleaning my brushes, I mix, oh my God. Okay, hi. Y'all, I like stopped. That struck a chord in me. That's stunning. Okay. Ojo. Oh, this one's really pretty. I feel like a YouTuber. Do I stop everything and do a blue look? And then Raw Energy. I'll get back to my brush cleaning things. I'm like captured by these colors right now. So this is Raw Energy. I'm just gonna move my arm. Super pretty. And then Meditate. I love seeing it over the tattoo because it gives it a little bit more. Gorge. So those are all the metallic shades in the palette. Stunning, gorgeous. And that's so pretty. It's like perfect for holiday. And then on my other arm, just because this hand has no pigment on it, this first shade is Good Karma. It's your classic base. This one is Hexed. This is a really pretty like terracotta shade, you guys can see. Antidote. It's kind of like a peachy, it's a really nice peachy like transition shade. Obviously this arm is so awkward. And then Third Eye. Oh my god, I used Third Eye the other day too. Can you see? I should have done it right here, but you get what I mean. It's a stunning palette, and you guys can see how it's super complementary with the Naked Reloaded palette. So it's kind of like, all right, I can do an everyday look, but also I can jazz up for night. Or, you know, I would even like take a liner brush and wet it on some of these and use it as like a colorful liner. That would be really pretty. Yes, good for your sis, period. So back to what I was saying about washing my brushes. So the way I wash my brushes is I mix olive oil and dish soap in a little container, wet my brush, wring it in there, and then like brush it on my hand, and then rinse, and takes everything off. So people do that when they oil paint because it breaks down all the pigment, and it also doesn't leave your brushes stained. So for someone like me who loves to use color, I don't have stained brushes because of my brush cleaning technique. As much as I'd love to buy a brush cleaner, when you have as many brushes as I have, it's just not smart in the way of spending your money. Yes, it is a timeless thing. Thank you so much. Okay, so what color did we do? I want to take a vote. Which one, y'all? This one? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Okay, fine. I'll pick one. I'll pick one. I'm going to do Tiger's Eye because I was so starstruck. Oh, Bloodstone. That is... Let's see. I'm going to swatch them beside each other and decide. I could do both. I'm going to use both. You know, I'm going to do Bloodstone with Tiger's Eye on top so I can show you how you can really transform it. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to really pack the Bloodstone shade onto our lid. So I'm taking a, what's the word? A packing brush. And I'm going to go in with my All Nighter Glow Setting Spray. Sorry about my hair. And I'm going to wet the brush. So this is going to intensify the pigment. So it's going to go on a lot more than you standard would see. Tap off the excess. And I'm just going to go and press it onto my lid. Okay. This is so pretty. And I find since we're all wearing masks outside, doing your eyeshadow is like kind of mandatory in a way. Like you kind of still want to make an impression, be like, I'm still here, you know, with a mask, I'm still here. Going back into Bloodstone, just taking a little bit. I'm not adding more setting spray though, because my brush is still kind of damp. And I'm using the edge of my packing brush just to really round out that edge. And guess what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna take a clean blending brush. You guys already know. Look how pretty that is. It's like a nice smoky moment. You gotta trust the process, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's do the other eye. And then we'll go in with Tiger's Eye, and then let's give this a little bit more of a jazzy look. But yeah, back to Urban Decay products I love. Like, I really love the entire brand quite a lot. Their lip liners are incredible. If you guys are looking for a really good nude lip liner that's gonna last all day, their 24/7 Glide On lip pencils are literally so good. They're so good. I'm gonna use one tonight so you guys can obviously see them in action. But if you are the type of gal who's gonna be wearing lipstick under your mask, it's a great option because they're not gonna move. They're very, very long wear, if you get what I mean. Like, I'm the type of person who, like, I'm still doing full makeup even with a mask on. Like, I'm not altering, like, doing half my face. But, you know, That's just kind of how I am. I can't leave it undone. So having like a long wear lip liner, even if you don't want to wear like lipstick, just fill your full lip in. It just looks really good. Yes, my mirror is a moment. So I'm going to take the blending brush again. I'm just going to soften these edges. You guys can't really see like that. Okay. And now I'm going to give a little bit more depth to the shadow. So I'm going to go in with the shade Third Eye that we swatched. I'm just going to take a general blending brush, really load it up. I'm just going to press it and then blend into the shadow. So it just adds a little bit more depth. But this is a really cute, like, smoky eye moment. What are we feeling? How are we feeling? As you can see, I'm definitely living that smoky lifestyle and I'm here for it. I'm going to take that clean blending brush again, soften the edge. I really like to soften as I go, just so when you're at the end of doing your makeup, you're not going to be like blending your eyeshadow for 5 minutes. Just work in small parts. Good as hell, period. Love it. Okay, so now I've got Third Eye. I'm actually going to go back into the Naked Reloaded palette because I want a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go in with the shade Endgame. Back on that same brush I was using as before. I used to be really bad for using like 5, 7, 10 brushes when doing an eyeshadow look. But if you really like just do it in steps, you can eliminate using so many brushes. So if you're someone like me who has so many makeup brushes, the thought of cleaning them, it's, I just never want to do it. So using less brushes is always better in my opinion because I don't have to cleanse my brushes. Recently I had to clean all my brushes from my kit. So I did a freelance appointment right before I moved, and I moved literally the morning after, so I didn't have a chance to clean my kit. Well, clean my brushes, like sanitize everything else. So once I moved, I like did a major like deep clean, like soak them in alcohol, like all of that. And it took so long. So I'm like, you know, if I just did it and got it over with, I wouldn't have had to deal with it, but it's fine. I'm not really doing a lot of makeup on clients right now because of COVID, so you should be cleaning your brushes regardless. Again, I'm gonna blend this out. You guys can see how it like really gave depth to that shadow, hey? All right. So you can see by having the powder, if there happens to be any fallout, and fallout is totally normal with any eyeshadow palette, especially those with a lot of pigment. It's just a normal thing. I think a lot of creators often villainize fallout when it comes to products, but at the end of the day, when you have so much pigment, obviously something's going to come off. So I don't mind fallout. It's not a be-all end-all when it comes to anything. Okay, so let's jazz this up a little bit. So we're going back into the Stoned Vibes palette, y'all. We are back. And I'm going to be taking the shade Tiger's Eye. And this is more of a fluffier packing brush. It's not as dense as the other one I used. I'm just really working this into the brush. And then I'm going to use a setting spray. Have you guys ever used setting spray to intensify your shadows? If you haven't, it's really good. You can even do it for highlighter if you're still into that blonde highlight. I am sometimes. Ooh, mascara is always a good time. I'm gonna be using a new mascara today too, so you guys see. Look at that. Hello. That pigment, hello. It's so good. I would say one of my favorite steps of makeup is my brows. I feel like a lot of people know me because of my eyebrows. It's one of my defining features. So I love doing brows. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I like to do my blush and highlight and contour, like blush, like bronzer, just because I think it makes such a difference when it comes to my face. Willow, oh my gosh, my little niece is watching. My niece Willow, oh my gosh. She's so cute. That's one of the hardest things about moving away from your family is when you become like an auntie or uncle. I love my niece, little Willow, so much. She's so cute. She said auntie for the first time a couple weeks ago, and she knew it was me. We're like hanging out on FaceTime, and she said, hi, auntie, and I like just about cried. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna cry now because my eyeshadow looks too good. Guys, look at that though. I haven't even blended it. It's so good. Okay. So back into my blending brush, y'all. I'm taking a cleaner one, just this end one. And I'm just going to soften that edge. And we're almost at the point where I'm going to take the bake off and then we can add a little bit more. I'm assuming my niece just wrote in the comments. Okay, how are we feeling so far? Are we feeling good? I'm going to take a little bit of residue left from my brush so you don't have to do too much pigment. I'm just softening that edge there. Sometimes if you add a little bit more pigment, it just completely changes the look. So softening it makes it a little bit better. Thank you so much, Kelly. Okay, clean brush. I'm going to wipe away all this bake. Look at that. No fallout anymore. It's just like the easiest thing. I'm really bad for dropping my brushes. If you guys know me as a makeup artist too, it's like one of my things is I make a mess and I drop things. It's just, no matter what I do, it is just what it is. I'm going to take my blush brush and just add a little bit more. Sometimes the bake kind of takes it away. I always like to blush my nose. Cute. Okay, I have to talk about this, guys. I went viral on TikTok. Did you guys see? Did you see me going viral on TikTok? Oh my gosh, because of my lamp. I've been trying to go viral for years, and all it took was my poodle lamp that I got off Facebook Marketplace for $20. And I'd like to thank that poodle lamp because, I don't know, it was really cute going viral. I've seen a lot of people go viral and they're like, I'm so overwhelmed. I was not overwhelmed. I was ready for this moment. As the song says, I could have this moment for life. Like, I was so excited. So, yeah. It's okay. I can tell you about the look. I did complexion, bronze, blush, highlight, a little bit of shadow. I'm not done the shadow yet, and I haven't done brows, so don't worry. I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil. Perversion. This stuff, it's so good. Why did I say this? These pencils, I have such a history with these pencils. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was a scene kid, okay? That's aging me, but I was a scene kid. And Urban Decay was one of the first brands I ever purchased at Sephora prior to my Naked 2 palette. So one of my first memories of Sephora. Is the fire alarm going off in my house? It's fine. Just close the door. It's the garbage plate cooking. So basically, when I was younger, this is really embarrassing. I'm so sorry, guys. It is what it is. So when I was younger, as a scene kid, I would get this certain pencil from Urban Decay. It was a 24/7 Glide On pencil. I think it's called like Deep End or something like that. It's like this bright, like teal kind of shade. Oh my gosh, it's so insane. I love it. I'll put it on my stories, but I used to take that and smudge it on my lower lash line, and it was a moment, and it stayed all day. And back in the day, Urban Decay used to have liquid liners that were colored prior to the razor sharp ones that I came out with, but these ones were like in like a little bottle, supposed to look like a genie bottle, and I had this lime green one, and it was called Acid Rain. It was insane. I loved it. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, that was one of the things I guess brought me into makeup so much is like buying those eyeliners because they were iconic. So good. Acid Rain. Yes. Iconic. It was so good. So I'm going to take a Perversion pencil and I'm going to put this along my lash line and smudge it. So I'm not afraid to get messy. Literally, don't be afraid because you're just going to blend it out. But do one eye at a time because this stuff will set and then it's stuck, which is good. But if you're doing 2 eyes at a time, it's not, you know, it's going to end up bad. So I'm really working this into that dark part of the shadow look and slowly graduating it into there. So you can really see that difference. It just adds a little bit more. I'm going to go back in with my brush that has a little bit of shadow residue and just gently blend it further just to really give it that look. So you can tell the difference. It's nothing too crazy, but I just find that it really just adds something to it. Yes, literally, Urban Decay was here for the scene queens back in the day. There wasn't many other options on the market. I think we were so used to just like, gosh, I don't even, the makeup trends of back then are just seem so minimal than what they are now. I remember even when contour started getting big again, and it's like even now it's huge. Makeup has become such a huge like industry. It's wild. But as I was saying, Urban Decay really like had my back when I was a scene queen because they gave me the products that worked. Even with the minimal amount of money I had. I'm like, I'm gonna save up. I went to like Mall of America Mall and got that eyeliner. Ugh, so good. So back on the other side. So you guys are gonna see, like someone said, that glide though, literally, like I'm not tugging, nothing. It just, so easy. And you can put this in your waterline, obviously, and it's gonna stay all day. So this is a really great option for people who even have like crepey aging eyelids because it's not gonna move and it's really easy to apply. Obviously, maybe they don't want the perversion shade, but they could do like a ton of different options. And Urban Decay has always had so many color options for when it comes to like pencils. So you're never like without like a shade. There's this one, it's called, I believe it's called Electric Empire. It's my favorite eye pencil ever. Oh my gosh, it's from Urban Decay, obviously, it's Perversion. I love that pencil so much. I was super obsessed with it last year and I wore it almost every single day. I'd wear it with my Vice Lip Chemistry, the red one, I think it's shade 21, every day because it was just so easy. Yes, the deep burgundy, you have to get it. So I'm just adding a little bit more to the inner corners, really smoke this out. As you can see, I'm living my smoky fantasy. But yeah, that Electric Empire one, it's so stunning. Like once you blend it out, it kind of just gets, it gets so good. I'm like so in love with it. I'm like starstruck by this pencil. But when I first got it, I had to buy it immediately. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into Tiger's Eye, and I'm not gonna wet the brush just because I want to just pack a little bit more. So fun. Look at that. Oh, stunning. Okay, so as I talked about earlier, you are getting gift with purchase if you do spend over $65. So you are going to be receiving the heavy metal glitter. This stuff, again, an OG. For those who don't want to put lash glue on and stick on that loose glitter, this has your back. Who's used this? I'm sure 90% of you guys have used this. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm just going to kind of just add a little bit more. Like, look at that. And I like to let it sit. I keep my eyes slightly like stretched just so it doesn't move. You have to remember this is glitter on an adhesive, so if you do close your eyes too soon and you have more of a hooded eye like me, it's gonna move, so you want to just do this. And you can build it up. So I used to take this and literally just like cut my crease and then fill it all the way in with the glitter liner. I put these heavy metal glitters through like hell and back. I love them so much, especially when doing like grad makeup on clients. So easy. Glitter is my favorite part of being alive too. Yes. Willow Ray. Thank you so much, guys. I'm loving all the love and support. I really appreciate it. I know it's funny being on my end. It's like I'm just alone in my bathroom. Actually, I'm not alone. My cat's here. And everyone's downstairs. But this is fun. I'm really loving this. Maybe I should do live streams more often. You guys can see. And especially because I have more of a hooded eye, it's like a little peekaboo moment. So when I look at you straight on, you don't see too much, but I go like, you know, pose for the IG. And there you go. It's super, super cute. All right. So I want to smoke out the lower lash line. I think that's really what we need to do. And we need to do my brows. So just because that's who I am, I'm just going to blend the edges a little bit more. And then we're going to smudge out that lower lash. And I find smudging lower lash really changes the look. All right. So I'm going back in. And I'm going to take another brush, something that's a little bit smaller. A little bit like this. And I'm going to go in with the shade Bucked. And I'm going to start to build up my under eye smoke out. All right, so. Like you can see the difference. Like it just kind of pulls everything together. And I find for placement, sometimes if you find it hard to keep your brush where you want it, kind of squint your eyes a little bit. So it kind of builds that ridge there, and then you can just follow that a little bit better. I'm just dipping in as I go. Hi, Shayna. Thanks for joining, guys. I really appreciate all this love. I really hope you guys are loving the look because I'm feeling myself. I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. To be honest, I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. I'm wearing sweatpants right now. I look good from the top up, but from the top down, from the bottom down, I'm wearing sweatpants and like gym socks. Okay, so we're gonna go in back with the Stoned palette because I want to deepen it a little bit further before I go in with Endgame. So I'm gonna take the third eye shade. I'm basically using what we use to build up the smoke on top, but taking it down. Yes. You guys, if you guys love the Naked Reloaded palette, I do have it for 50% off right now. So you have until the end of the show to buy it through here. But if you do want to buy it after the show until midnight, you can get it 50% off with the code. I believe it's ChloeXUD or UDXChloe. They'll have it in the chat for you guys. But show some love. If you purchase over $65, get free gift for purchase. You get free samples with your purchase regardless. It's a great time. Thank you for loving my looks. You know, I find a quarantine and the whole pandemic, doing makeup, it just felt for a little while like kind of like, do I have to do it? Do I want to do it? But I think finding my passion again for artistry, it's really pushing me to do more because I went a long time not wanting to do eyeshadow, foundation, none of that. Like, it's kind of like I woke up like this, spun up, sweats on, that's it. But I think it's a point where you want to kind of resume a life again. So getting back into makeup, getting back into my artistry, it's really helping me. It's also helping my mental health, being honest. Like, I find when I don't make myself look good, that's when I feel at my worst. So if I actually take the time and put on my tunes and, you know, just be with myself for like an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, it's really good because I get to reflect on my life and just kind of like have that moment for me. Whereas like throughout the day, I live with roommates, I live with my boyfriend. It's like, it's constant like talking and stuff. So having that time to myself, put my tunes on, it's really helped me in terms of my mental health, especially moving to a new city, just having that moment. Sorry, I'm like, when I do this, I'm looking at the chat. It's just, my setup is something else. It's fine. So I'm going to go in with Endgame and I'm going to smoke out the lip bottom. But yeah, I find, just getting ready. Like, I recently got into Velcro rollers for hair. I've gone full granny and done Velcro rollers. I love it. I will blame TikTok for that one, just because I saw all these girls getting these beautiful blowout hair, and I use this blow dry brush I really love, but sometimes you just want a little bit more. I'm just taking again a clean brush and blending this. And I find that doing a Velcro roller, it just does your hair while you do everything else. So I'll do a rough dry, put my rollers in, and then I'll do like a dry over top, and then I'll do my makeup or whatever, and then I take them out. So obviously I did mine earlier. I got a new hairspray today. I don't think I like it. It looked better 45 minutes ago, I promise. But it just doesn't. It looks nice. And my hair is so messy right now. I am not giving a good impression of my Velcro rollers, but it's, if you look at my Instagram, you'll see. Food is ready. Well, I'm busy. So. I'm with my peeps here. So I'm taking that clean brush and I'm just smoking that out a little bit further. As you can see, look at that. I'm like serving. And then let's give a little bit more brightness. So I'm gonna go back in with the Threesome palette in Naked. I'm gonna take that highlight shade. And you can apply this with your finger or whatever. I would if I didn't have nails on. So what's really great about Urban Decay palettes most of the time is that they come with a double-ended brush in their products. So I'm using Urban Decay. So I'm just brightening up that inner corner. You can see it just gives a little bit of something, something. Yes, get the palette. It's so good. You know what? These trios are so convenient for people who just want everything and maybe don't have the budget to buy separate everything. Because believe me, I don't. And during COVID, who does? So having like those staples in your collection is so ideal. So that's why I love this Threesome palette, because it gives me everything I need. Sorry about the Q-tip. And it's not like a huge price tag. And also having sale on products, 50% reloaded, y'all. You save some money. Oh my gosh, traveling. I missed out on so much traveling this year because of COVID. It breaks my heart, but you know what? The thing is, you have to be safe. My biggest traveling obviously was moving to Toronto, and I didn't even fly. My boyfriend and I, we drove. It was like 24 hours to get here. We drove over 3 days. So the first day was a little rocky because the car was breaking down. And like the night before, my boyfriend was like to me, he's like, do I just rent a car and then like I'll fly back later and deal with this? Because we're renting our house. My boyfriend owns our house back home. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like everything will be okay. Don't worry about it. And then we got to Kenora, and it was at the point where we were turning up the volume on our music so we didn't hear rattling, because we're like, well, it is what it is. And when you're driving to Toronto from Winnipeg, you go through a lot of hills. That's my biggest thing I've learned since moving here is Ontario has a lot of hills. Manitoba was very flat. I find looking at like the houses when you go down the streets and they're like up on these high hills, I'm always like to my boyfriend, I'm like, God, imagine bringing the couch up that. I couldn't imagine. Like, we were very lucky that we moved with one of my best friends' dad, and he's a farmer, so he's used to like lifting things, but I couldn't imagine like bringing in like all our stuff. I'm just so tired, you know. Hey y'all, oh my gosh, so many people joining. Hey. So yeah, moving here and all that. The drive was very long. The second day we were pushed back like 4 or 5 hours because my boyfriend's car had to go to the shop. So I sat in bed and did what anyone else does when they're sat in bed. They watch TV. So that's what I did. I don't have cable, so it was an experience. But you couldn't even like go to like the restaurants because everything was closed because of COVID. So shout out to food couriers. So I'm gonna go in with the Brow Blade. This is what I was talking about earlier, guys, that double-ended pencil that has this guy, the felt tips. So I'm gonna do my brows, but we're also gonna do fake freckles because I know you guys love fake freckles and I love fake freckles. So we're gonna do that, do my brows, get some mascara, get some lips on, and then we're almost done. I'm feeling this look. So I'm gonna take this. Everyone asks me how to do my brows. I just like to brush them up, and I have a lot of gappage here, and that's because I overplucked my brows when I was like a teenager. We all did it. It is what it is. So I might have a distinct shape, but I like to fake it. So I kind of follow just right here where majority of my, what's the word? Majority of like my fullness is right at the front. So I like to follow that. So this is a really great tip when it comes to clients who have over tweezed, or even if you've over tweezed, like just following where you have the most fullness. Look at that difference. And that's just doing a little bit of pencil. I haven't even blended it. So I like to just do that and then just softly pull throughout. And I'll be honest, guys, my brows have gone through so many different phases. I think my worst phase yet was my laminated brows moment. I've been looking back on images from quarantine. I'm like, whoo, Chloe, why'd you do that? It looked so bad. And it looks beautiful on other people, but I did mine with an Amazon kit, so I don't recommend doing it yourself. But look at that, like the difference between my brows, all because of just a little bit of pencil. I didn't use much, and I really make sure I brush it through so it's super soft. You don't see any harsh lines. So here we go. Yeah, if you guys watched me laminate my brows, it's in my Instagram highlight stories. I looked like that man that people see in their dreams, if you know what I mean. It's so bad. Okay, so here we go. And I find another great way to fake it is to take your concealer and kind of clean the underneath after sometimes. It just makes it appear like you got fresh brow wax. I'm just being a little bit more precise, so I don't have to do that, but I used to do it all the time. So yeah, this is the brow blade. I'm using Taupe Trap, I believe. Yes. Just doing soft little strokes. But I really like this pencil. And I love the texture of the pencil too. It's really creamy. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of the 24/7 Glide On pencils in a way, where it glides on really nice and easy. But this one still has a softer feel to it. Like, it's not soft in terms of like how the pencil is, but the product goes on nice and soft. You know what I mean? So I'm just brushing that through with a spoolie. It can be any spoolie you like. But look how fast that was just to do that. So I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to add a little bit more depth with the pen side. I like to do this just right the front. And you want to go up when you do the front. Add a little bit, and then where that little spot is where I faked it, just add a little bit more. Right? See, it's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. Check it. I'm gonna brush with my spoolie, and then I'll do a little bit of that clear brow gel I was talking about. Do you have any questions so far? I would love to answer some questions. Ask me anything, AMA. But just be nice. Do I have to be good at brows to use this? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, no. It's so easy to work with. I find pencils are a really great option for those. As I'm pulling stuff, I fell into my sink. Ah, bye. Just kidding. It's fine. Okay, so you don't need to be good at brows to use that pencil. It's very, very, very straightforward. As you saw, like I didn't do a lot to my brows whatsoever, and I still achieved a really nice natural look. I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit with the brow finish because I like a fluffy brow. So what you want to do, it's got double-ended, so you pack on with the short side and then fluff it up with the longer side. And I find brushing up your brow hairs, it really creates the illusion that your brows are a lot fuller than they are. Because you guys all saw my brows before, and like it did something. So Desert Island Beauty product. Oh my gosh, how many do I get? Do I get 3 or do I get 1? If I had to pick one thing, I'd pick a moisturizer. Sorry guys. No, I'd pick SPF. A moisturizer with SPF. That would be good. You need sunscreen, guys. Please wear sunscreen. If you don't, I'm upset. If I could pick 3 things, I'd pick a brow pencil, I'd pick my moisturizer with SPF, and I would pick an oil cleanser to take off my makeup and take off the SPF because you can double cleanse. I know Urban Decay does have their line of makeup removers too, which are really good. Funny story, there was a client back when I worked at my old retailer and she bought the Meltdown spray thinking it was a setting spray. And we didn't know this when she bought it, obviously. And she came in to return it or exchange it and was like, this doesn't make my makeup last. And we looked at it and we're like, oh girl, you're spraying your face with makeup remover before you leave the house. And it was kind of just like a aha moment. It was really funny. Now that I think about it, I'm like, I mean, it happens. But it also goes to show how well that makeup remover works because her makeup wasn't lasting after that. All right, check it. But yeah, oil cleanser, SPF moisturizer, and a brow pencil. That's literally all I need. If I could add something else, I'd do like a tinted moisturizer, but that's a little much. Mascara. I'd hope to get a lash lift before I left. I've never had a lash lift, but I could try. Okay, back to the brow blade before we finish off the mascara and lips. So I'm going to take the side that has the little thing. And I'm not going to do a ton. I know I'm known for doing a lot of freckles, but I've been trying to step back, okay? So because of the shade, it's really natural looking. So I just dab it and then press it. And obviously you can be a little less sloppy than I'm being, but I'm just having fun. Got some dashes, but it's fine. Look at my cute little freckles. Hi. I do need to try a lash lift. I really want to get one. I've really thought about it. I've even considered buying that lamination kit I had previously and doing it myself, but I don't trust myself. I'll get one done eventually. I just spent too much money on my nails, so I will report back when my funds have come back. Just kidding. But check it out. How cute is this? And I also like, oh my gosh. So a girl I used to work with, it was like a joke with us. Whenever she'd get a pimple, she would pretend it was a mole when she had her full foundation on. So I'm going to take this over my pimples, transparency, and make it look like they're moles. And also I'm going to go over like my beauty marks throughout. I remember there was once where one of her pimples went away and she was so upset. She was like, my mole's gone. When she could have just drawn it on, but whatever. So I'm just going to where I have pre-existing beauty marks and drawing them back in. Fun fact, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. What do we think? Am I serving? This is like a moment. And then we're going to put a lip on and then we're going to do some mascara. So I know I was talking about the 24/7 Glide On lip pencils earlier, so I'm going to use one. This is the shade Rush. Hey. And I like to, when I overline, I'm going to be real, guys. I had my lip filler dissolved this summer and I only got 1 syringe put back in. So I went from having a lot of syringes in my mouth to having 0 to 1. So I do overline my lips still. It is what it is. So I like to add just a little bit underneath my lip. And then I try not to super overline it in the corners. Also, the direction you pull your pencil makes a huge difference. So instead of going like inwards, your line's gonna look really weird. Whereas if you draw up, it goes more to your natural shape. Look at that difference. That was just a little bit. Maybe I will do a photo shoot. I do have my ring light out, so. And then for the top lip, I always like to accentuate the Cupid's bow to begin with. You guys can see. Like that. And then instead of drawing down, you want to draw up. So if you draw down, you're just going to make your lip look really flat, whereas if you draw up, you're adding a lot more volume. So look at that difference. You can tell the difference like that. And you also always want to fill in your entire lip with your lip liner, especially during COVID times, because as your lipstick fades off, the lip liner will often tend to stay, especially with the Urban Decay ones because they're so long wear. So if your lipstick wears off, at least you still have a little bit of color on your lips, so you're not like instantly clocked for not having the full lips that you've given yourself. And let's add some lipstick. So I have two options. I think I know which one I'm gonna do. The first option I have is Back Talk. We all know this lipstick. This lipstick is iconic. Pink, it's so iconic. So good. But I want to do a little bit more nude, so I'm going to use one of my favorite Urban Decay shades. This one is the shade Carnal. It's more of like a terracotta-y nude. And these Vice lipsticks are they're so good. Another shade I really love when I, a couple years ago, was the shade Oblivion. Ugh, it's like this really beautiful, like greigey kind of tone. It's so pretty. If it was like Tumblr back in 2015, it would have been the thing. 1993, so good. It's so good. There's like this sparkly pink one in it in the line, and it's so gorgeous. I have it in my collection, obviously, but it's just the prettiest like hot pink if you want to make a statement. When I had black hair, I used to love wearing that one. Yes, Oblivion, period. It's so good. So this one is the shade Carnal. Like, look how pretty that is. Look at the difference between now my lips are on. How pretty is that? I feel so much better when I have the lipstick on. And then, because I've talked about it so much tonight, I'm going to go in with the Lip Chemistry. This is the shade Saucy. So this is kind of like a nudie kind of tone. And these are like a gloss lip hybrid kind of thing. So it's not going to give like a stickiness to lips, but just adds a little bit more. Yes! It makes such a difference once you like see it in action, as opposed to being like, oh, just overline your lips. Yeah, but what do I do? So seeing it in action makes a huge difference. But look at that. That like little bit of gloss, it just elevates it and also helps my campaign for my fake lips. You do. Honestly, okay, so I used the lip liner in Rush. It's really pretty. Carnal and Saucy. Just buy these. These are so good if you need like a long wear lipstick. The red one is so bomb. So what's missing? Mascara. So I'm just going to curl my lashes real quick. Like I was saying, I need a lash lift, but curling helps. The other day on my stories, I was talking about making your eyes, your mascara stay curled. And a lot of you guys said that I need to heat up my lash curler with the blow dryer. I haven't done it yet, but I will report back. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thanks guys. So this is the Lash Freak mascara. This is, I believe, Urban Decay's newest mascara. The brush is very unique. So when you think of a mascara wand, you're going to see this and be like, that's not a mascara wand. But it is. So you guys can see it's got like that ball tip at the end, which is really great for getting like your smaller lashes and your lash line. but it's got a plastic wand. So for those who often have problems with volumizing mascaras where they get really clumpy because of the wand, this is a really great option to really comb through and keep that volume. I know that Perversion mascara has more of that like pine cone shaped wand in a way. It's like the fluffier one, which is incredible. So what you could do is you could apply Perversion and then go through this on top. It's going to add you a little bit more drama, but just comb out the lashes. Perversion mascara though is so good. Same with the primer. Primer's a really good option if you need a lash primer. So I'm going to take the end, this end, not this end that has nothing on it. And I like to wiggle and pull up. And what I love about this applicator is that it really loads mascara onto your lash. Yes, it is good. I want to know in the comments, guys, what are your favorite products from Urban Decay and what have you been wanting to try? I've used a lot of the brand on clients, on myself, so I'm very like familiar with everything. Like I said, I've been using a lot of products for a very, very long time. Oh, another one of my favorite products from them is their blurring primer. It has like rosehip oil in it. It's really moisturizing, but it blurs the skin really well. It's really good. And so you can take that little ball end, and we're gonna get those outer corners. So I'm gonna get really close. One lash versus the other. Check it. That's super pretty. Yes! It's so good. Urban Decay is really good. It's like one of those classic makeup brands in my opinion. Like when I think of like more of a higher end as opposed to like drugstore, I often think of Urban Decay. I think it's because I have such a long history with using the brand. It's one of those brands that like will forever like have my heart in a way. Well, I really like this for the bottom lash. It's really pretty. Check it. And then you can go in with that comby side and really brush through. Look how pretty. Wow. I'm serving. I need to go out. I don't know where. Safeway. But it's a moment. So I'm going to go in with the other side now so you guys can really see. So I do want to let you guys know that if you haven't followed me for a very long time, I am coming back to YouTube very, very soon. I've been kind of working towards coming back to YouTube for a little while. I know I've said it a lot and I've dabbled in it, but I really want to come back to the platform and just do stuff. I know like I've dabbled in makeup, I've tried to do comedy, and I think I just want to be me when it comes to my platform, especially now that I don't live at home. I think utilizing YouTube would be a really great way to stay connected with people because they don't see me every day. And I can vlog my life. I mean, my life is waking up, having coffee, playing The Sims, going to bed. So, oh my god, my comedy. Oh, I wanted to be a meme queen. So if you look back on my YouTube, you'll see videos where I like have memes in them. I don't know. But so I'm gonna come back to YouTube and post some more videos. I want to do like vlog styles. I have not much to vlog about, y'all. I do the same thing every day. But I mean, someone's gotta watch it. If I watch it 5 times. It's like it's like when you're tagged in like your friend's IG story and you watch it over and over and over again just to watch yourself. I'm really bad for that. I'm really bad for, and it's not even in like a narcissistic way. It's kind of just like, okay, there I am. So like with my TikTok, when my TikTok went viral, I think I've watched myself in that TikTok so many times. I'm just like hyper analyzing myself. I'm like, okay, I could have done that better. I could have worn my makeup better. Oh, I should have been aware of the camera, like just being hyper aware. I don't know. But yeah, that video of mine that went viral, oh my gosh. That was something else. It was really cute though. I had a lot of people comment on me like, I used to follow on YouTube. You taught me how to dye my brows. I was like, Oh my god. I miss doing that. I still dye my brows with the same stuff I used to use. I'm all about being frugal. So I'm gonna brush my hair. And then you guys are gonna see one of the stars of the show, Urban Decay Ultra Glow. And I'm gonna soak my face, y'all. I love this mascara because I don't have to wear lashes. Like, it gives me such a look. Yeah. The Area 51 raid tutorial, we don't talk about that. I'm pretty sure I used the Electra palette in that. That was a moment in time. I can't believe that was so long ago, the Area 51 raid. Like, looking back on, like, the past year, where's the year gone? The other day I saw that March is in 4 or 3 months. 4 or 3 months? What is it? November, December, January, February, March? Maybe it's 4. But March is coming soon, and that's crazy. Remember when we were making whipped coffee? Why did I think that was good? Okay. So, what are we thinking? What do we think, guys? So I want you guys to say in the chat what your favorite part of the tutorial was. I want to hear what you guys love the most, what you're wanting to try. Oh, March did just happen. It's wild. Time flies. Yeah, whipped coffee. Why? I had it like every day. Why? But yeah, that's my look if you guys are feeling it. I do still have my discount for 50% off the Naked Reloaded tonight if you use my code up until midnight. And you still get your gift for purchase over $65. Or you can shop right now. Finish up your sales, y'all. But I'm feeling this look. I'm ready for a night at home. But honestly, I love that my cat hasn't interrupted me the whole time. If you're an OG follower of mine, you would know that back when I had my budgies, I would have to apologize every second and be like, sorry, my budgies are so loud. But my cat just snoozing. She's living her best life. Yeah, I'm faking the full brow forever too. I love it. You know, it's an optical illusion, some would say. And look how that setting spray just like made my skin look like skin, especially with all the powder that I use. I'm the type of person who loves powder, and here it is. It doesn't look powdery. All right, so since we're nearing the end, we do have our giveaway winner. Thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out with me and showing your support. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I had jitters, and it feels really nice to see that you guys are here to support me. So Miss Thing, Tanya, won the Stone Vibes palette and Heavy Metal Glitter. So you're gonna hear all about it. This stuff is bomb. I use this on my Instagram post. I used to promote this chat that we had, and you're gonna love it. These things are incredible. And if you need a glitter that's gonna last all day and not budge, this stuff, yeah. Hello? 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 You can use this on your face. You can use this on your body. It's not gonna move. The adhesive sticks. Think of the Heavy Metal Glitter liner, but on steroids. It's so bomb. Congrats. Congrats for winning. I'm so happy you won. Thank you guys so much for all the love tonight. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You still have your chance to save some money tonight if you want, but I really, really appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me. And thank you so much, Urban Decay, for giving me this opportunity to hang out with you guys. I really hope to do more live streams soon. Maybe I'll even just do it on IG, but this is really fun, and I'm really glad you guys loved the look. So if you guys want to hear more from me, always send me a message. I'll reply to you and whatever. And that is all. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the love you've shown me tonight, and I'll see you soon on the gram. Bye. And maybe YouTube. Bye guys. Love you.